Alright, so I promised that I would not post a video today because, well, it's my birthday. And while I feel 1 year older, 1 year a little more wiser, I am still and will always be that little kid standing outside, gazing up at the nighttime stars, looking for answers. And so here we are again, looking for some more answers. And so basically, we have a new story here of, once again, another one of these beaches, and we'll talk more about just how many this has happened to over the past year or so, that have just vanished overnight. As in, one night the water's there, everything's normal, the next day it's gone. And we're not talking something that's being caused by a hurricane or, just low, high tide. This is way bigger, okay? This is something else. So in this new report, we have a beach that has just vanished, where then a strange 10-foot cliff kind of appears out of nowhere on the Outer Banks beach of North Carolina. And so the popular Outer Banks beach was abruptly closed on Tuesday, the reason being a 10-foot cliff that seemed to come out of nowhere. The town of Nags Head, North Carolina, said it was closing Gray Eagle Beach access until the newly formed escarpment could be, quote, leveled out. And while the beach has been closed until further notice, the beach has become somewhat of a tourist attraction, with many saying that they just can't believe what they're seeing. So take a look at this news clip from Wavy News 10.
Mother Nature is wreaking havoc on the Outer Banks. A viewer sent us these pictures of beach erosion at Nags Head.
Brian Torrance said that he took these near Jeanette's Pier, so we sent 10 on your side's Kayla Gaskins down there to check it out.
Just a few days ago, locals say this sandy stretch of beach on the north side of Jeanette's Pier was twice, even 3 times the width it is now. So what happened? The change is so dramatic, some people say they had to see it to believe it. This showcase of Mother Nature's handiwork has turned into something of an attraction for visitors and locals.
She sent me a picture and we're like, okay, this cannot be true, that's crazy. So we decided, hey, let's go on our lunch break. And so what better thing to do on your lunch break is to come and see something like this.
At first we did think, oh, that's a made-up picture, but it's really not.
So how did the face of the beach change so dramatically in such a short period of time? Officials tell us wind is to blame. Extended periods of north and northeast winds can carve up a beach like this. We're told the return of southwest winds and the sands should level out some.
Well, it's a natural process, but we have to live with the ocean and take what comes with it.
Some people think nature may need a helping hand to fix the beach.
We were just wondering as we came out here, what are they, how are they going to do to fix this? Are they going to have to dredge, the sand and stuff back out of there? Do they have to haul it in? I don't know. I hope they can get it fixed.
Okay, so really, really weird. You're on the beach one night, you go the next day to see this 10-foot cliff drop off in the sand. The beach looks nothing like it did the day before, and while they're saying again, well, it's just normal, it's the tides, it's wind, but the locals, many of them, one of them who even emailed me said that, well, this we've never seen this before, and it's strange. And, it brings up a number of other strangities that have occurred over this past year and last year, even, with all of the shorelines and beaches that have pretty much one way or another completely vanished overnight, leaving nothing more than a long, flat bed of dry sand as far as the eye can see, and with locals just as mystified. So just to go over a few here, off the top of my head, there were a few that happened around Ecuador and around Brazil in general, leaving hundreds, if not thousands, of local fishing boats stranded down in the dirt. I mean, imagine just waking up ready to go to work, provide for your family, and you see this. And of course, the Oceanic Institute of the Navy at that time ruled out that it could have been a tsunami. There was no tsunami. And that, well, once again, it was likely just the tides. Much to the confusion of the locals who, once again, even they were saying that something is not right here. And what about all of the other ocean water that has mysteriously vanished from beaches this past year in Brazil, the Bahamas, Uruguay, Mexico? And how about the waters in many lakes and rivers, such as the Mississippi, Lake Georgia, that began suddenly disappearing along with many of the sinkholes, cracks, and openings in the land happening around the country, which we've documented many times on the channel. Some say there's some sort of gravitational force that we don't know about that is creating a new tide and causing these beaches and shorelines to be totally reshapen. Some say something is happening underground or deep in the ocean. I mean, certainly, over the past couple months, we have detected some strange activity happening down in the waters of the ocean that were picked up by buoys floating out there, picking up some very strange energies down in the water, in some cases extremely fast. Here again is another beach that disappeared from the Brazil shore, showing this extreme receding water, allowing locals and tourists to walk on the soppy wet sand for what felt like miles. So, my question is, what do you guys think? Usually you guys have some pretty out there and pretty brilliant theories sometimes. Some scary theories as to what could be causing this. Sometimes there's something that I'm maybe not connecting, or a piece of the puzzle I'm missing, and that's why I love having you guys here. So tell me what you think down below. Is something happening with the world? Is there a shift? Is this linked to these massive cracks and shifting of land happening around the world? And does that then link to all of the mysterious sounds that people have been hearing, booming sounds, rumbling under the ground, shaking houses, breaking windows? Now, speaking of the booms, we have a new report of what may have been they're calling a sonic boom that was heard and felt in Charleston, South Carolina. Dozens of calls and social media posts were coming in from people say they felt what felt like an earthquake or a sonic boom in the low country sometime around 12:15 p.m. Residents in Folly Beach on James Island and in West Ashley all say they either heard or felt it as well, with one Facebook user stating, quote, "shook the entire house." Another saying, quote, "I'm on James Island and all of our houses shook. I was on the phone with a Folly Beach client and her place shook, and now someone in West Ashley is saying the same thing." And as usual, in like many of these other mysterious shakings and booms, the U.S. Geological Survey has no reports of any earthquakes. And the local Charleston Geology Department didn't have anything on their seismometers either. And of course, they also contacted local bases. They said, nope, not our aircraft. So here we are, guys, left again with no answers. And if there are answers, they're not telling the public. But I find it hard to believe that none of these places, none of these seismometers would pick this stuff up if you got houses shaking. Definitely doesn't smell right to me. So lastly today, in a little bit of space news, the image that you're looking at here is of a mysterious magnetic ribbon that has just been revealed wrapping around Jupiter's magnetic equator. And so in this new report by Cosmos Magazine, it says, quote, "A painstaking search throughout historical photos has revealed an unexplained shadowy belt around Jupiter's magnetic equator. Planetary scientists studying images of Jupiter taken from some of the Earth's largest telescopes have discovered a mysterious dark quote-unquote ribbon winding around the giant planet's magnetic equator. The equator is the region that is equidistant between the planet's north and south poles. Now, you're not actually able to see this with the naked eye, but the astronomy team out of the UK found it by studying infrared emissions from the planet, and that is when they were surprised by this dark band anomaly, which basically suggests that there is something interacting with Jupiter's magnetic field and its ionosphere. The ionosphere, of course, is a part of the upper atmosphere and is therefore able to reflect radio waves and things of that nature. So it's a very charged area of the atmosphere. And so the question is, what could be interfering with Jupiter's magnetic field? And if you look at it here, it does seem to have a little bit of a structure to it. It kind of looks like the Big Dipper to me. And so is there an object, possibly, moving past, through, or interacting with Jupiter that could cause this? We just don't know, but it truly is mysterious, and it's evidence of something, and that's something we simply just don't know yet. So I'll definitely keep my eye on this story and post updates in future videos. You guys tell me what you think down below. And with that, the birthday boy is gonna jump off this laptop and just relax. No, but I had a nice day. We just relaxed. I got a lot of birthday wishes from people online. I'm an old man now. An old man. And you can all start calling me Grandpa Tyler. And we will change the channel to Senior Citizen Team. I think it's only right. So with that, you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you all back in just a bit. Grandpa T out.